Back in the day, whenever I would get in trouble with the law, for any of you guys who are new here, I spent 10 years of my life running a drug ring in this community and gave my whole life to that pursuit because the world, media, and Tupac and all these people had told me that money was where it was at, right? And so I chased that with everything that I had for 10 years. I ran a drug ring and came to the point where I was rich and miserable and wondering, why doesn't this work? And then I realized what the answer was, and it was Christ. But anyway, anytime that I would get in trouble with the law, I would always go and get a normal job so that while I was going through the court case, I would look like a normal human being. And one of those times, I went and got a telemarketing job. And I don't know if any of you guys ever worked in like telemarketing, but basically what you do is you're calling people random and you're offering them some sort of service, right? You guys get telemarketing calls, you know what it is. And I would call people, and we sold magazine subscriptions, right? And so you would call people, and basically you're selling them magazine subscriptions that they're going to pay more than what they would pay if they would just send the card in from their magazine. So we're selling them a horrible product, and we know it every time we call. But we would make sales because the sales we would make would be old ladies who didn't know any better or stuff like that. And it was just a jacked up and it was just a horrible job to work it day after day. And because I'm calling all these people and knowing that the product that I'm selling was horrible, I would call with this attitude of defeat every time they'd answer the phone like, yeah, I'm just calling about your Time magazine subscription. I didn't know if maybe you might want to renew that or whatever. And I had this attitude of defeat. And I think a lot of times in our life and in our walk, when we go out into the world and try to share what God's done in our life, we share it with that telemarketer mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like we go into the world and we share it as if it's not the most incredible thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? All I know, I don't know much, you guys, really, at all. All I know is this Christ thing that I got is everything. In everything, through everything, it's everything. It's the most incredible gift that we could ever have received. And so when I'm sharing that with people or trying to tell people about that, I can't have the telemarketer mindset. We can't go into our life and into sharing Christ with the community with the mindset that what the product that we have, this Christ that we have, is somehow less than what the world can offer. The world around us, all throughout our neighborhood, realizes it's not hard to plant a church in Slavic Village, really, because people know that they're in need. They see it every day. We planted a church in Westlake before we did this, and it's hard to talk to somebody who has $150,000 in the bank and a 401k for 30 grand. It's hard to talk to them and talk about need, that you need something, you need a Savior. In Slavic Village, people realize that they have a need. We realize that we have a need. Something is not right in our community. I think we can look around us and see that. And the reality is the thing that they need is Christ. And if we don't sell that and we don't model that in our own lives and what He has done in our story and in our lives in a way that is exciting and fruitful, then how will they ever get it? If our life is not transformed personally, why would they ever get it? You know what I'm saying? If I'm the only gospel that this kid over on Portage will ever read, because he will not pick up a Bible, if I'm the only gospel he ever reads, what is he reading when he reads the gospel according to me? If you're the only gospel that your next door neighbor will ever read because she grew up in some cult church or whatever the deal might be, or just thinks church is a joke so she's never picking up that Bible, if you are the only gospel that they ever will read, what are they reading when they read the gospel according to you?